What is up, friends? Grab your popcorn. It's time for some FACEIT. Yes, indeed. We are getting into week 6. We have 3 weeks remaining here in season 7. We're kicking the doors wide open here on week 6. We have got your number 1 seed, Elemental Normal. Currently your only team with 1 loss and at the top of the standings, taking on Fallen Destiny, taking on what potentially could be the, one of the teams that could absolutely upset them, and one of the teams we could see, make a deep run here in playoffs. This should be an absolute banger. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at the standings and get into this banger. Come on, show me some standings. You can do it. At least it didn't show me Twitter. Elemental Normal coming in 9-1. Their only loss is actually to Hypnos NA, to the 5-5 Hypnos NA. This is Elemental Normal's second season, in Expert Division. For your Grand Champions, they're out of Advanced in Season 5. Had an outstanding debut in Season 6. Made it into playoffs with an 8th place overall finish. End up with a 5th, 6th finish out of playoffs. I mean, outstanding finish for a debut into Expert Division, and have carried that fantastic performance into Season 7. Again, their 1 loss does raise some eyebrows. Losing to Hypnos is not what you would expect from a team that would turn around and beat I Have a Knife and NCSU Red and Vivacity Vengeance, right? I mean, these are definitely teams that were, are playoff contenders up here, right? They are 1 of 2 teams to beat the I Have a Knife squad. Speaks volumes about this Normal team, and was the immediate turnaround that made us all wait a minute, which at the time I Have a Knife were undefeated, and not only that, I think we're heavy favorites. I mean, we're sitting at number 1 in my power rankings, that's for sure. So it was certainly considered an upset. But the team that has always been right there neck and neck for that number 1 slot in the power rankings is Fallen Destiny. Fallen Destiny are coming in 8-2. Their losses are to Cafe and then to Celestia. Celestia, who's been kind of sneaking in and punching above their weight class here recently. Fallen Destiny are in heavy contention. They want to finish strong after a couple of blemishes on that record. We are going to get a Vendetta ban out of Normal to kick things off. They will get first map pick, first hero ban. They're also going to start us off in the red outline, so I'll go ahead and swap that over for you. I mean, what a hyper competitive season 7 we've had here at NA Expert. I mean, we're 5 weeks in, and not only do we have no undefeated teams, but we have only 1 team. Elemental Normal are your only team with a single loss. Everybody else has 2 or more. So, I mean, it's been an incredibly competitive Season 7 here in Expert Division. All right. Well, we're going to get both primary heroes of the Blender comp banned out here. The Zarya and the Vendetta. Not available. As we get into map 1 of Nepal, we're going to start things off on Shrine. As we get into this certified banger. Calling it now.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
Oh, the Brad. We've seen play a lot of Reaper. I know I've studied the Reaper gameplay. Finds first blood, this time on the Bastion, as they move in and pick up Pip. Pip was trying to stage on that high ground, just found out immediately. Good wall in from EXO. And Normal have gotten themselves a great start out of the gate. Kind of looked like they caught Fallen Destiny a little flat-footed on that one. As Destiny was trying to kind of get set up and staged for that first fight. Looks like Normal kind of beat him to the punch in that opening team fight. Mookie already 3/4 of the way towards this opening amplification matrix, which, paired with the Bastion is just nasty. We're also getting a far Bastion compare on the other side. Risk goes in artillery form. Has to respect that amp matrix, though. The double damage window is in play there from Mookie. Brewer pushes forward to grab, too. Shield to block the rock. Still gotta be respectful of the rockets coming in from Pip. And see, Bruber doesn't want to trade out here. That'd be the worst thing possible for normal. So they don't pursue any more kills. Bruber actually still taking a lot of pressure. Because we'll get an artillery strike in from Risk. Bruber will catch Bugsy with the Flux. Oh, and Pip gets caught by Brad. The Brad takes Pip out of that barrage. We'll rotate the corner to pick up 2 more. Nice little 3Ps here for Brad on this point. We had a momentary flip due to that artillery strike and initial pressure on the Bruber, but it's immediately flipped right back over for normal. Oh, Brad. Brad just, nice little move. Just sit right here. You're just gonna sit right here. What you gonna do? But see, this is a play. Does get destroyed. Bronjames comes through and takes them down. That was a play for all right. That was definitely a play. And Lizards. I appreciate the follow. Blizzard in here from XL. Let's see what you get. What'd you get? You got a Bugsy with it for sure. But Destiny throw in a Kitsune Rush right over the front. I love this kind of perpendicular Kitsu. A lot of value on this front line. Oh, but an Ant Matrix on the other side. Mookie gives them their second ultimate of the fight. Normal are able to turn that corner with just an absolute bloodthirsty look in their eye. Clean off this point. We're getting a late touch here, but Bronjames will get mowed down. And that'll be round 1 going to normal. Moving into the Symmetra here for this second round. Coming off of the Faras. Kind of stuck down low. But you know what? It's actually Bronjames who finds first blood. And Pip is able to escape their little hidey hole, make their way to the point where they found a kill onto Exo. So first cap goes over Fallen Destiny here to start off round 2. They get set up on all 4 or 5 points of the map here. Quick little high ground check, and it's all eyes on the front door. Oh! Postal hits that shot. Keep an eye on Brad working through kitchen. And put a little pressure onto that high ground. Allow room for Bruber and company to move in. Mookie falls on the approach, but Bugsy gets cornered. SoloZen in a bit of trouble as Brad makes her way onto the point to help out in this endeavor. Oh, Battle of the Bastions. Wasn't that a Game of Thrones episode or something? Oh, that was a good one. Brad won that duel with like 25 health or so. In the end, dust settles. Normal comes out with control of the point. Gonna be a roughly tie game here by the time we get another engage. Ant Matrix for Ant Matrix. Blizzard from Exo make things difficult, make this retake very difficult. So it'll be a risk to open things up with an artillery strike, but Pip gets caught in the corner. Ant Matrix down from Mookie, but it's a huge flux out of Bugsy. That was enormous. Pip is able to follow up, find a pair. And Fallen Destiny with a great retake. Exo never even gets a chance to get that Blizzard into the mix. Well played out of Bugsy. Rocking just, I mean, like, default skin here. Green tea does just make everything better. Photon barrier in play here for Destiny. Oh! And Exo just kind of got stuck up on the walkway. Bruber and Co. are able to move in and clean it up. Mookie coming up with a couple of final blows through that. So, despite Risk finding, you know, early pick there in the fight, and Exo still not able to use this Blizzard, Normal still prevail. Grab control of the point. Teleporter. Oh, what a bait. What a bait. The teleporter just gets the Blizzard thrown right on top of it. Exo holds it for like 4 fights to throw it on a teleporter. Then just gets melted trying to come back into this point. Good move. And Pip is able to just blink themselves out of dangers. The artillery strike from Brad finds nothing. It's Risk. Comes out on top. R1. Hit. Risk has sunk your battleship. I know, there's layers of jokes there. Alright, Brad is pulled up. Brad is mad. We've got a Reaper in play. But Postal's already down. Nobody makes it to the point. And we're headed to our round 3. We're gonna go to Sanctum to see who takes this opening map. I think we're down. We're in for a banger here, friends. We are in for a banger. I can already tell by the way this one's going. Bugsy can be in trouble as Wall comes in. This, for Sanctum, I think Exo could really get max value. He is able to anchor the point while still providing incredible value into the fight. Pip getting value by just swinging and rotating all the way around. Now trying to sandwich Normal into the coast side. Able to escape the wheels down out of Brad. And then here comes Bugsy pushing across the bridge. SoloZen with a wicked fast amp matrix, able to back up Bugsy. And they're going to force Normal all the way out of the Sanctum. Very well played. Huge amp matrix out of SoloZen. Big battle for the bridge. And the SoloZen amp matrix comes into play. It was a really nice move out of Pip. Getting max value out of the teleporter. Kind of loops all the way around, draws the aggro, draws the wheels down out of Brad, importantly. So you get that cooldown, you get the aggro onto that, from that cooldown. Now up into the sky, bronjames is playing with fire over here. Risk throws in an artillery strike, speaking of. And it's an explosive hold. Boop off the side there for bronjames. Risk and company will go to clog the choke. bronjames circles back around to find Mookie actually as well. So despite giving up initial capture, Fall and Destiny have won both T-fights so far here on Sanctum. Exo got their earlier Blizzard baited by a teleporter. See if they can find more value here with it. Was playing on a 1-4 split previously, but it looks like the entirety of Normal is going to go right-hand side. Oh, I say that. Brewer's going left at the Flux. Did not find anything. Still, the photo barrier comes out from Pip to help defend. And he's kind of moving in on another swing here through the Mega Room. Bugsy is pushed all the way across the bridge. Okay. But has been forced back. Good rock lands. Exo's going in with the Blizzard. That's thrown right on top of the bridge. Oh, but the jump out from Risk. You land right in the welcoming grasps of Normal, I'm afraid. Things get a little messy here. We didn't get a quick flip out of Normal, but Fallen Destiny are right back on the case. Bugsy lands a nice little 2-tap jab combo. Uh-oh. 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 It's the Doomfist of Berber that makes it onto the point, but Flux combined with Artillery Strike puts them down. The extra shielding from the hands keeps Bugsy alive long enough to kill Postal. And good enough to clean off the point. Brad will not make it back. And Fallen Destiny swing an 0-1 deficit on Nepal to take map 1. Suravasa pick here out of Normal. Okay, we're gonna get the Bastion ban. Risk and Brad both playing out of the Bastions there, map 1, but Normal have had enough of that. Give Brad his Reaper back here heading into map 2. Let's go get some stats. Stats look pretty even, but I can't help but feel that Normal got a lot of their work done in that opening round. As the map went on, it went more and more in Fallen's Destiny's favor. Is certainly how it felt to my eye test. Karma / Risk, they're leading the Elims, the server in Elims, rather. Actually, no, Bruber. Bruber has 29, excuse me. And then Bugsy is going to have top damage. So your tanks actually leading in both Elims and damage, respectively, 1 for each. Each side, respectively. You get my point. We're going to get a Lucio ban out of Fallen Destiny. Let's get into Suravasa. With Zarya back on the table, both teams are showing us that hero here thus far.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initial.
Fallen Destiny felt like they were already playing fairly aggressive. We saw Pip doing a lot of the swinging on the map before, using the teleporters of the Symmetra to really open the map up and kind of get at the flank sides of Normal. Now playing the low ground here as we get into our opening round of Suravasa going to market. I think was trying a similar concept with the Vendetta. Kind of got marked by the opposing Vendetta. Ends up having to regroup and we ended up just going toe-to-toe on point. But the opening pick on to Deadly, onto, who is DeadlyPants? DeadlyPants, right? Yes, okay, so DeadlyPants has subbed in here for the Brad. That's what's going on. And yes, DeadlyPants is just DeadlyPants. It looks like a streamer tag, but it's not. I do that every time. We're also rocking a Juno, excuse me, a Juno Wuyong backline. Gruber did find a pick. Let's see if they can move in and do anything with that. Speed ring disengage. Those 4 are out. You can see Pip moving in from the left-hand side. Gonna jump in on the flank. Just lands right on top of Bruber. Oh, Bruber turns around, just right-clicks Pip in the face. That was 100 charge, just full beam into right-click, and Pip just disintegrated. Orbital Ray tossed in for both of our squads, as a matter of fact, as the Zarya's go head-to-head. Good shot out of DeadlyPants, though. Is able to find SoloZen in the back line. As the Orbital pushes forward, it leaves the supports a little open. Normal will eventually win out this prolonged fight. I mean, what a brawl. It just feels like keep the APMs pumping as much as you can. Keep the damage output going. Try to build up towards those ultimates. You can see ultimates are very, very close on both sides. The one I'm noticing, though, is look at Postal. Also, both teams opting for the Juno Wuyong. Such an interesting combo. That's gonna be dueling grabs thrown right on top of each other. Norm will come out with the victory in that one. These two just seem so perfectly matched right now. Everything is so close. All right, carry is in, by the way. I mean, a nice little defender's set up here for normal. So, Care ended up getting banned out last season. But apparently it was all resolved. Fully cleared in the whole 9 from both Blizzard and FACEIT. Just making their return. And you ended up with the time they were called Extinction Archelon. And we're a top team in Season 6. Ended up DQ'd because of it, right? Which is unfortunate. There we go, a tidal blast thrown on to Pip. Pip running up to the high ground, but good disengage there from normal. But so Care is making their return here in 2026 after finally getting all that cleared up. And it was just a, I mean, wicked good hit scan. Bugsy's gonna find 2 late in this fight for normal. We're given the chase. Excuse me. Bugsy kills were for Fallen Destiny. Bugsy is just a little behind in the Graviton Surge. Berber already has theirs ready to go. Block up for Pip. They're the only one hitting the grab, and that block just will not last. Even without the Vendetta, Fallen Destiny are going to respond, throwing Orbital Ray into this fight. DeadlyPants, of all players, gets the tidal blast through that. Gonna try to respond, but Care come up with a triple kill through the OC. A big 5-3 ults invested from Fallen Destiny. You had 4 invested out of normal. So a big 7-ult fight goes the way of Fallen Destiny. It might just be enough to grab him the point. It's gonna be tough to get a touch here. You can see there's the Wuyong Exo. Does make it around onto the point. Oh, okay. And then Pip with the Tidal Blast. Yeah, I was able to get Postal up there on the inside. I didn't see where it was taking place until too late in the fight. But this is looking like a pretty swift first cap here out of Fallen Destiny. Ooh, the ambush set up by Pip. With the centering blade ready to go. Kind of got caught out there. Somebody check their corners. But Pip is going to drop in the ultimate from around, very high around this corner. Hoping to sneak up on somebody, but nobody peeks that one. There's a response as Bluebird Company start push back in. Bluebird a little bit of lead on this Graviton Surge as they move on to the point. Orbital Ray thrown in from SoloZen to try to hold this objective. See if they can retake this choke, and they managed to find DeadlyPants in that exchange. Kara with an OC got 3 last time. There's already a bubble engage out of Pip, put everybody in the corner. Kara is there to help knock him down. Fallen Destiny had all the tools they need. They were able to just layer in so many cooldowns and resources there at the end of the fight. We are going to get a temple spawn. Normal Destiny are able to kind of race over and grab control of this thing. They beat Normal over here. I mean, Bugsy in Destiny is what I was intending to say. Good shot from DeadlyPants. Hits bronjames early to open this up. Fight in the wheel in the beginning of the fight. Now, I mean, you still got a lot of sustain here with the Juno. And nearly as much damage to worry about. Then you took the Tidal Blast out. Dueling grabs will go the way of Fallen Destiny, though. As Bugsy has the answer. Now, I say that Akira is not in this fight, but Fallen Destiny do come out on top. Berber falling, it's just a reset there out of normal. Ooh, trying to protect the rotation. Mookie falls. Mookie does not make it inside. There is Normal was trying to kind of rotate counterclockwise around the objective. And at 70%, this is disastrous. This might just be the 2-0 lead. You're going to see Exo, I think, try to make a run to the point. It's going to be a double support ults in play here from Fallen Destiny. Exo and DeadlyPants make it on the objective, but Pip is already picked up too. Exo trying to ult out of the objective does flip the point. Buys a little bit of time, but I don't know that it's going to be enough. DeadlyPants went off the opposite direction. Both trying to draw aggro in different directions.
This ends now.
There goes one. Cares OC will take care of the other. Fallen Destiny move back to the objective. Take Suravasa in the 2-0 lead. Wait, what? Flashpoints 4 and 5 are mathematically predetermined now. I did not know that. I didn't know that at all. I didn't know that they had changed the ruling on that. Since they did with diagonal point selections. Okay, so it'll never go diagonally across the map anymore. Interesting. No, I didn't realize they had made that change, to be honest. Looked very dominant. You're gonna look at, I mean, KR coming in, subs in, goes 28 and 5 here in their return to stream. Yeah, I didn't realize they made that change. Let's get into Runasapi.
Objective unlocks in 30 seconds.
right, we'll go into the Bastion Blender comp. I owe you a ban. Lucio is not the accurate ban. Oh, it's a Sigma ban out of Fallen Destiny. Normal, we're gonna grab this first fight win. Oh, I know, yeah, yes, I'm just looking to put the Sigma ban in. Fight's over. All right, there's a big leap in. Okay, so you send Pippin through the window. The rest of the team goes up jump pad. Clever little move. Brad drops the wheels down. Who has sub back in for care, by the way? Excuse me. Who has sub back in for DeadlyPants? And Risk has sub back in for care. Tron Dude 54 YT. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Fallen Destiny will win fight number 2. Start walking the bot back the other direction. Postal with a significant lead on some. In fact, support ultimates in general much higher for normal as they approach fight number 3. You can see they're just going to rush up to this corner. No hesitation. Not let the bot push around this corner. Stop it immediately. All right, there's Kitsu, wheels down. Oh, a good disengage there out of Fallen Destiny. Oh, Pip is stuck at the front of Green Bus, though. The Whirlwind Dash actually gets you out. Oh, my goodness. But the grab is enormous. Grab catches 5. The Sound Barrier, I don't think is going to be enough to save everybody. In fact, not. Normal will take their lead back. On the 5-player grab there. Even if you don't get to kill everybody, it's more than enough to control the fight. You're able to push back the courtyard. You get checkpoint. What a great swing back there out of normal. Now we're going to drop the artillery strike. Where are you going with it? Okay, covering far stairs. Really, I think just scouting the rotation here from Fallen Destiny. Pip with the cover of the bubble goes over to coast, but immediately has to just move back up to high ground. Was low on health. Risk on the other side. Hits Postal. I don't think that sound barrier landed. I believe that sound barrier got canceled by the artillery strike of Risk. I actually want to check that one. I want to check that in the replay. What happened?
The enemy is moving their barricade. We're going to lose the lead soon.
Risk is able to melt through Bruber, even with the Kitsu Mookie in. But Exo! Oh! Exo moves in to grab a pair. Bugsy answers back. We're down to what, a 2v1? Postal still alive on this point. Here comes Bruber back into the fight. What a close team fight. Pip, okay, didn't even go to the high ground, like thought about going to the high ground. Oh, catches Postal with the Sundering. Now moves up. Brad had dropped wheels down, does run, you're able to trade a Risk for Exo. Still a +1 to Fallen Destiny here. Oh no, the sound barrier did land from normal. It was just while we were watching the rotation the other direction. Okay, that was not an AJ there from Postal. I was just watching the rotation the other direction, and it happened when I happened to look up was right when the sound barrier ended and Postal was on 0%. Like, I just happened to glance up right as the rocket hit Postal at the worst time. But no value from that sound barrier 2 minutes ago. I was curious. I didn't see what procced it. It looked like it looked like Fall of Destiny was mid-rotation. Okay, Bugsy just gets ambushed. Bugsy, like, just walked in and kicked the hornet's nest. Okay, we're gonna get Kitsu and Sound Barrier here out of Fallen Destiny. And bronjames is gonna get a pick off of it. Risk has the cooldown, they turn the corner, but they're caught in a grab. That grab is enormous. That's all 5 caught in that. Bugsy was caught, but was just inside the building. Gargantuan grab. They're out of Rover, and the sheer chaos that has been this Runasapi finally calms down for a moment. I don't even know what is happening. This is so chaos. Like, they're just running in circles around each other. It's kind of like whoever has more resources to put into it. And just pure chaos. Fucking hate the new hero, yo. This hero is so stupid. This hero is so stupid. Alright, the blender comps go blendering on each other once again. Oh, trying to turn the corner, but everybody's able to get back into the cubby. Brad's gonna drop an artillery strike right on top of everybody's head, and, well, that just kills them all. Well, time artillery strike out of Brad, you're gonna find 3. And normal might just send us to a map 4. Broomer does not make it out of the disengage. You do end up trading Bugsy as Brad decides to just throw wheels down, and seems to be the answer here is just smash faces into each other and see who can outlive on the corner. Normal do have the lead right now. Here's 30 seconds to go. We're just outside the Fall of Destiny checkpoint. Yeah, I mean, between the kill feed bug... Like, between the kill feed bug on top of what is just this chaotic double flex DPS, like, melee meta... Like, this is just pure chaos. This is so brutal to try to watch. This is not good. Like, this is really not good. It's just chaos. It's so hard to tell who's got any kind of like cooldown advantage or positional advantage. It's just pure fucking chaos. I hate this meta so much. All right, normal winter map. No, it will not be a 3-0. It will not be a 3-0. Whoops, I forgot to change the map earlier, didn't I? We'll be heading to map 4. That was not map 2. That was, in fact, map 3. And a Reaper ban out of Fallen Destiny. All right, we're going after Brad's favorite hero. Poor Brad getting targeted here. We will get a side swap. Go get some stats there for map 3. Berber 31-6. The Brad 29-5 has top damage in the lobby just barely. Brad, Kerma / Risk, and Soul. Wait, not SoloZen. Excuse me. And Bruber all had 10k damage. My eyes went to the heels for a split second. Will be a Diva ban out of normal. Interesting. We'll see where this forces us. It's been all ground tanks here today so far. So definitely a bit of a deviation going to Dorado and taking out one of the, if not the most popular air tank right now, or aerial tank right now. Mobility tank, I suppose, something like that. Dive tank, one of those. They're all right in their own way. Whatever. Let's get into bat 4. All right. Defense is going to come out in the Blender comp. So double flex DPS. We're running the Bastion Vendetta with the Zarya once again. So just everybody charge in, run in circles until somebody turns to puree. Care going into the Freya. Freya is kind of an interesting choice here. Recently did get a buff, allowing her to 2-tap 225 heroes, which is most of the supports in the game, including both the Lucio and the carry. That's a double tap on to Brad. Fortunately, the heals of Mookie were there. Woo! Mookie themselves got hit by a take aim bolt. Had to swift step away. But EXO got a little too aggressive up top while the rest of the team was rotating. Pip was able to catch them out. Now the fight's starting to break out here in the courtyard. There's a bit of pressure onto the Lucio, but SoloZen got caught over there. Postal wins out that duel. Good damage on to EXO, but a bubble will save them. Care, someone back in here for map number 4, by the way. Tried to connect in that corner with the bola shot, but couldn't quite. Pip able to dash out from a dangerous spot. Goes all the way back around to avoid the wheels down of Brad. With a considered rush, Brad is putting out an exorbitant amount of damage, and Pip is not able to escape. Tidal Blast invested here. I believe that was on the Bugsy. It was hard to tell, to be honest. Oh, nasty grenade finds Caird and solidify this hold here for Elemental Normal. Finally, some Winton. I know we've had Winton here and here since the beginning. I'm just saying, you know, and compared to the chaos, at least Winton brings some normalcy, all right? Bring some honest Overwatch back into this game. Damn it. That's 3 ultimates invested here from the normal defense. Didn't seem to find much of squat. Exo does find bronjames, though I don't think that was in relation to any of the ultimates. This is just Vendetta up there doing Vendetta things. "35 seconds to go here for Fallen Destiny to get something done on Dorado." So far, they've been pretty stymied by the blender. Yep. Hey! Kara wins it out. Oh, but can't get the cap. That's a 1v1 versus Bruber. Here comes the reinforcements. Pip does make it back on a Tracer. Kara here with 1 health. bronjames returns. Bugsy is going to get back here on a Doomfist. Fortunately, the bolt is laying. Oh, Kara does get postal with that. Kara's efforts are rewarded. They will get this cap. Woo, that was down to the wire. The Lucio nerf lost us the point. Yeah, that 1 second nerf to your boop. Didn't have your boop back in time. Oh, the overhead just sends Bugsy down to the low ground. Somber engage. Exo couldn't quite make it up to that high ground. But, you know, you're definitely scarier than the Winton. Fortunately, Pip is there to help peel for their Winton. Gets the focusing beam down. I do like the Echo as a response towards the Vendetta. The stickies can just blow up the block. The focusing beam is really good to kind of seize a low health Vendetta before they're able to maneuver away. Also, a lot of high ground to play around here on Dorado, so it works well in this particular map and in the geography you have to play with here. Sound barrier available for bronjames. We get below a minute to go. Exo trying to make a move. Bugsy just going to put a little pressure on Cart. That'll force Exo to fall back. Up to the high ground. Pip is going to use a duplicate onto the Zarya. Sound barrier in play from bronjames as well as the bull shot out of Care. Doesn't really look like a whole lot caught in the back of all that. It's the duplicate grab actually going to catch 3. Artillery strike has been invested. Brad catches SoloZen with the artillery. And we'll get a touch here. Lucio got the touch. That is SoloZen caught in the grab. Bird was able to take them down. So just Lucio heals left here. And even if you were able to get to the primal, it will not be enough. Normal will hold on the back of point B.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Five, four, three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Pit back into the Vendetta here for this defense. He's going to kind of alternate with Bugsy on point control. You can see very much playing the Vendetta as an off-take in this situation where you're able to rotate in on the point and kind of mix your cooldown trade with the main tank and even move in and just put pressure directly onto the tank. Able to win that one out pretty cleanly. All right, Exo is going to just run Bugsy off of this spot. But good backup. Pip comes in to peel. They're able to find that kill. But, you know, while that's happening, we do get the cart pushed up a little bit. So, Normal do a good job of utilizing that time to put pressure on the cart and anchor it that direction. But that's all we're really going to find there in that team fight. Little bit of meteor range. They don't even get through the choke. Fallen Destiny go back to their 4-point setup. Hey, what's up, Leprechaun? Katsu here out of the defense. Watch a little SoloZen pop. Should have been watching some bronjames pop. Bob throwing in. Beautiful Bob there out of care. Everybody's just kind of caught in that courtyard. And it caused a couple of ultimates for Normal to fight their way out, including a grab caught onto the primaling Bugsy. That was the third ultimate invested into the fight. Normal was at least able to find the one pick. It's the only one they have found so far. Brad's going to toss an artillery strike right down here in the middle. Oh, and you catch bronjames and care on the disengage. So you end up with 4 ults invested, but you finally get it over the line with less than a minute to go. By over the line, I mean at least past the initial checkpoint. Whew. Care almost got hit by that second overhead. Bugsy didn't stand a chance against the Vendetta Swarm. And the Blender just chewed up the Scientist. Brad was waiting in the top of the courthouse just to ambush and actually catch his Pip. The Bastard did get your recon damage nerfed a little bit, but otherwise still just a menace. 2 minutes to go. Normal 1 team fight away from sending us to a map 5 over the top. Pip will find Exo. He gets a good overhead down onto Bruber. Brad tried to cover with the artillery form out of the vault. And is able to bail out. There's Zarya there, super low. And Pip ends up the one getting squeezed. Kitsu now in to try to close out this map. Forces map 5. Care drops down to anchor onto the point. Bugsy gets the tidal blast. Runs forward, but over the top. Sundering out of Exo will take him down. And you get the cutting edge to help secure the cap. And Normal will force a map 5. Yeah, stream is definitely bugged. Way too much Vendetta, not nearly enough Zenyatta. Whew. Holy cow. Making the ground and pound blender comp work on a high ground map like Dorado. We're going to Ilios for map 5. It was a Bastion ban. They're out of Fallen Destiny. Let's go take a look at some stats. What's funny is we had the Bastion banned out earlier from Normal, I believe, in map 2. Stat-wise, I mean, God, stats look super, super close. Care actually leading the lobby in damage there. 16 and 6, 13.6k damage.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
You capture the objective. Okay, we're getting the Kerma Care duo in now. So no more Pip in for Fallen Destiny. Likewise, on the other side, we're getting Brad and DeadlyPants in. So, no more of our other 3-letter name. Was that Echo? No, Echo's up. That's a different team. Exo. Exotheater, of course. Echo is also a flex support player, where Exo is a flex DPS player. God forbid an Eden like... It's not that. It's just that was a name change. That was not Sexy Eden's like previous name. They very recently changed it to that. That's why I was like, why did we change our name to Twerk Nation? Nothing wrong with an Eden sexy or otherwise wanting to twerk. That was not the point. That was not the problem I had. It was just the name change in general. Woo! Good shot onto Kerma. A pretty little Kitsu on the point there from Mookie, but I'm not sure it really did much more than that. You know, it looked nice. You know, you got these pretty little archways put down on what was otherwise just a very, like, drab stone-looking point. You know, the Fox got to decorate it, color a little bit, but otherwise, I'm not sure it did a whole lot. SoloZen's got a Kitsune rush in their own right. We're gonna go ahead and throw that down towards Statue. Decent disengage with Bob used to prevent the retake on the point. Gruber's able to follow Mr. Butler on the objective. There's some significant damage onto Risk, but they fly away, find some heals, build up towards the rest of this dude. Imagine, yep, we're gonna drop it immediately onto the Zarya. It can be tough to find charge as a duplicate Zarya. There you go, you're able to get a little bit. If you don't get charged, then you can't build up your grab, and then the dupe just kind of falls flat, right? So, which is kind of what's going to happen here. No real... You get some extra sustain out of it, I suppose. And it's enough for a cap. I'm not sure that's going to last. Grab and sound barrier. Ready to go. Coming back in. bronjames. Oh, gets the beat for a toe. And then just runs off the side. Kerma goes into the Vendetta, runs Brad out of their little hidey hole. They were trying to be sneaky like. All right, let's see what you do. Up to the high ground. All right, we're just gonna Wraith Form back out. Death Blossom onto the point, into a grab. Looks like a lot of Fallen Destiny kills inside of that. The Kitsu thrown in from Mookie. I think Normal actually might bring this back. Kerma's in a bit of trouble, taking damage from DeadlyPants, who finds their second kill in this late fight engagement. Yeah, late fight thing. Yeah, point goes to Normal. Procaster, get me on World Cup.
Ready for battle.
We're gonna stick with the Soj versus Ashe matchup here for our hit scans. Bugsy goes into the back into the Winton. Let's get some Wintons in chat. Finally some honest. Oh, well, it's not that honest. I mean, you still have a Vendetta.
I'm on the objective.
Oh, point blank headshot. Just that chunky damage done on the Bugsy. Normal end up grabbing first cap after finishing off the tank. And the Do-Si-Do it works out in their favor. They win the dance. Risk and Fallen Destiny not quite able to catch him. You saw kind of like just chase the team around, a bit of a circle there. Never quite caught up to him. Okay. Fallen Destiny trying to take control of Cage. He'll first force the Wraith form out of Brad. Risk is going to go chase. Just trying to pursue the lack of cooldowns, but it was a good raid. Brewer gets the bubble back, and Brad comes up with a two-piece. Now Shadow steps across the way, where Postal has already got one kill. Looking to clean off the lighthouse in general. We got a little bit of Lucio duel going on over here. Oh, the boop! The boop from bronjames! bronjames stays alive long enough for the rest of the team to come back in. No shot. Look at you go. Now 91% towards a beat. Here comes Risk over the top. All right, did not go into the thick of it. I was about to say, I thought you were about to go in and just walk right into the back line. bronjames gets that beat down. This one finally gets tons of value. Hits all 5. The grab does not. Brewer clips the post with the graviton surge. But Mr. Butler out of DeadlyPants does make it onto the point. Able to find 1 kill. Now Kitsu Rush invested in. bronjames went screaming up to the high ground to clean that off, while Brewer Company goes into cage to clean that out. OC out of care. Try to swing this. 90% on the board. Fallen Destiny falling behind. Last second swaps to try to get a touch. Soundbear on the objective. bronjames to try to keep this series alive. But Normal looking to hand Fallen Destiny another loss. Spa crew in here. W, appreciate it. Appreciate y'all being here. Bugsy trying to stall out here at the very end, but SoloZen goes down. Normal doing a good job of just staying tightly packed there in the back of the objective. Nobody's coming close. They're not giving away anything for free here. And Normal will stay on top of NA Expert with a reverse sweep over Fallen Destiny here tonight. GG's.
Play of the game.
There you have it. Seth, good to see you, my friend. The Brad is the Grim Reaper. The Brad is the Grim Reaper. Normal coming away with the 3-2 reverse sweep. Move up to 10-1 on the season. My goodness. Normal stand on top of NA Expert. After map 2, you know, I thought, all right, we're just gonna have, everybody's gonna have 2 losses. We're just gonna have this slew of 2 lost teams. No, Normal maintain their supremacy. Brewer 24-2 in that final map. I mean, Brewer's gonna get your player of the match here tonight. And just dominant. But the really just made the Zarya work at any instance. Did a really good job with their frontline aggression or peeling and protection. Berber was everywhere they needed to be tonight. It was a very close match. My goodness. Best DPS line and expert, I dare say. Man, that was a hell of a match. That was a hell of a match.